Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here again. So today I'm going to talk about corporate venturing at Eneco. My name is Daan, Wilms van Kersbergen. I'm an investment manager with the corporate venturing team. And what we do is we invest in startups that can help us accelerate the energy transition towards sustainable energy, obviously. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about why we do that, what we are doing in the space, and how we work with our ventures. But first, a little bit of background on Eneco. So hopefully all of you are aware of what we do and are familiar with our company. We've been a sponsor for Ecosummit already quite a while, so we are here every time. But still, for those of you who don't know us, Eneco Group is a green energy company from the Netherlands. We're a Dutch company, but we have a presence now in 5 countries. We increased our presence in Germany via the Lichtblik deal, and in Belgium recently with an acquisition of the ENI portfolio. So we have roughly 3 million customers. We only do renewable, so we're very proud to have all our renewable generation assets. I think it's more than 1 gigawatt of capacity that we have there, and we invest in innovative services. So me and my colleagues don't like the word utility so much, and we try to move from selling the commodity to providing the services. I think that's a bit of a common thread amongst all the utilities that are here today. But still, I have to admit, if you look at where we are active, it's mostly in selling electricity to consumers. But we think that it's very important to make that shift. Well, why do we think so? We think that's important because the value will move to what we call smart. Also, not the first person today to mention this smart energy theme. Obviously, we're heavily focused on that. Here you see the traditional value chain, which runs from generation all the way to retail. And we think that will be commoditized by all kinds of disruptions, big or small, and towards that new smart value chain, as you can see here. So flex, you already heard about that. People are talking a lot about the flex propositions. I think it's very important to focus on that. B2B trading platform, let's say once you have a Tesla or another EV parked in front of your car or in front of your house, that car might at some point be able to trade automatically with the solar generation assets, the distributed assets on the roofs of your houses. So that's an important area for us to focus on. Smart grid is definitely an important and interesting development, but we have a more of a retail focus, so we're less focused on that. So the smart services, which is here in the lower right button, that is really the thing that we want to focus on. So as I said before, we focus on the software and more of the services kind of energy solutions. And we're looking for startups that help or that are active in that space and that can help us there. So that's why we think that is important, and we're working on that. So a little bit about what we do. So the venturing team and also other people in Eco Smart Energy that focus more on innovation, for instance, focus on a number of verticals, and the 2 most important are smart home and e-mobility. In the smart home space, we have a thorough presence with our Tone smart thermostat, nicely depicted here in the center of the page. Obviously, it's a smart thermostat. It's a smart. It measures your electricity consumption, and it has the ability to tie other services to it. And that is what we're looking for. So, for instance, a company we have invested in is Onzo. They have already given their pitch today, and that is something that we can build on top of our presence with the Tone. E-mobility, well, it's evident that because of the electrification of the world's cars, the electricity demand will peak, which is obviously, well, it's not obviously, but it's probably good news to utility companies. However, if that's all commoditized and you're still in the business of selling electricity to your customer, you might find yourself in a tough place. So we want to focus on the additional services to that. It can be charging, it might be smart charging with JetLix. I will get back to that later, and also demand response and those kind of things. Then a little bit on the innovations. Those are the things we do internally. Yeah, these are just free. JetLix is an Eneco, purely Eneco innovation, and we spun it out because Renault invested in it 2 months ago, and now it's a venture because we're not 100% owner anymore. So we're very proud of that successful spin out. CrowdNet, that is our flex proposition, which ties together multiple home batteries. So if you have a Tesla Powerwall, by means of CrowdNet, you can, we bundle all those Powerwalls together and offer flex proposition to the market. And then there's the Warmte Winner, which is a hybrid heat pump, and we're also very proud of that in-house innovation. But obviously, personally, I'm more interested in our venture portfolio. So here's the list of the companies that we have in the portfolio. We started in 2015. We're now in 2017. This year, the 3 deals that we're very proud of is Onzo, obviously, Next Kraftwerk, and Termondo. It's not coincidental that these companies also present at Ecosummit at some point already. So hopefully that you're familiar with them. It's a very close community, I would say. And if you look at those companies here, you see a nice trend towards more mature companies. For instance, Termondo was a bit of a later stage deal. So I would say that we as a venture team also develop a little bit towards that. Then a bit of a boring slide. What are we looking for? So our strategy is to focus on or to work with startups that can help us accelerate the energy transition. So we focus on smart energy solutions, which is not so much the technology or the hardware, it's more the software and the services part. Well, in terms of startup focus, you definitely need to have a strategic link with Eneco. We are a strategic investor, and we want to have cross-pollination between the big corporate and the startup with the innovative idea. In order to make that work, you need to have some kind of working product, and some revenue. It's more, that's part of the same thing, because otherwise it's very hard for us to scale. And in terms of geography and investment size, geography it needs to fit with where we are, so it's Northwestern Europe. Investment size can be varying from less than $1 million to up to several millions. It's a bit of what we're looking for. We invest roughly 40 million a year. That, by the way, also includes follow-on investment, so it's not only new deals. So that's a bit on us. Then our approach to venturing. On the left, so what we're looking for, we want to be an investor. Obviously, we invest money. We typically don't want to be the only utility investing in a company that has utilities as sole customers, because then you can be in a bit of a deadlock situation. So then we'd rather co-invest with a financial investor, for instance. In terms of what we're looking for in startups, as I said, we need to have that product market fit and a working product which is ready for scaling, so that we as the big corporate can provide the customer base, the knowledge and support, and the development to really scale it. So that's what we're looking for. If you are a startup and you fit this profile, please come talk to me later. So we're definitely eager to meet. Then, how do we work with startups? So I've got 3 small examples that I quickly go through of companies that are in our portfolio and we work with them. So Roamler Tech, for those of you who don't know this one, this is it's a platform for self-employed installers to find installing jobs. It's kind of an Uber for installers. We had the problem of not being able to scale up our tone thermostats fast enough because the installation was a pain point for us. So that's why we invested in this company to help us scale the tone installations and have a better customer experience in the process. And we're helping them with, we were a launching customer, and now we're helping them get other customers on board. They're working with IKEA and some telco players now, so that's really, for them, they're moving on also from Eneco as a start. So a very successful story. Nerdlize, super innovative, cool company. What they do is they put servers in people's homes and use the excess heat to heat the home and they do that because they have some distributed cloud technology that's very innovative and works very well. So they're a bit on the early side, but here also we help them with the access to our customer base, and we provide the brand, obviously with that's the credibility that Eneco has, and they as a startup don't really have. So there's a nice way of working together here as well. I'm running out of time. Next one. We already discussed today Onzo, the very innovative company in the non-intrusive load monitoring space. This is obviously very key to us. Data analytics is important for our tone thermostat and our additional services. And we wanted to tap into the world-class knowledge of Onzo to work together and to improve the offering even more. And how we are helping them, it's now very specifically with a pilot with Oxio, that's one of our brands, and in the future, obviously we help them to co-development with co-development of real-time analytics. So that's it. I hope I was able to give you a sneak peek into why we do this, what we're doing in the venturing space, and how we work with our startups. And again, if you're a startup looking for a hands-on investor, come talk to us. Thank you very much.